Okay, let's be honest. Have you ever felt that little jolt of panic when the office phone rings? Yeah, you are not alone. So today, we're going to tackle professional phone communication. It's a skill that's, absolutely essential in pretty much any workplace. Let's turn that phone anxiety into phone confidence step by step.
I mean, this quote just says it all, doesn't it? Uh-oh, the phone is ringing. We've all been there, right? That sudden jump when the office phone rings, especially when you're the new person. It is such a classic first day on the job feeling, and trust me, it's completely normal. So if you're sitting there nodding your head yes to this question, you're in good company. But here's the great news. Handling professional calls is just a skill. And like any other skill, it's something you can learn and totally master. By the end of this, you're going to have all the tools you need to do just that. All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to cover the basics of a professional call, then dive into taking a perfect message, leaving a clear one, how to ask for clarification, which is super important, and finally, making sure that message gets delivered perfectly. Okay, part one. Let's kick things off with a scenario that, let's face it, happens all the time. The phone rings, but it's for a coworker who isn't around. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to take a perfect professional message. So here are the 6 key steps. And look, following a structure like this isn't just about being organized. It's about showing the caller that you're on top of things, that you respect their time, that kind of thing. It builds trust in your whole company. It's a pretty simple process that really does guarantee a great result every time. Let's look at this example. Good morning, Elisa from Big Bang Corporation speaking. How may I help you? What I love about this is how much it gets done in just one sentence. You've got the greeting, your name, and the company name. And that's so important because remember, you're not just representing you, you're the voice of the entire organization in that moment. Politeness is everything, right? I mean, asking, could I put you on hold, please, just sounds so much better than a quick, hold on. It shows respect, and it really sets a positive professional tone for the whole call. Plus, it lets the caller know exactly what's happening. Okay, so when someone's not available, the goal here is to be direct but still courteous. You really don't need to give them a long, complicated story. A simple professional reason like he called in sick this morning is totally fine, it's clear, it's helpful, and that's all the caller needs. And hey, just a quick definition here on that phrase, to call in sick. It's super common workplace lingo. It just means you're phoning your job to let them know you can't come in because you're feeling ill. Simple as that. All right, this next bit is so important. Would you like to leave a message? Don't wait for them to ask you. By jumping in and offering to take a message, you're being proactive. You're showing them that you're helpful and that their call matters, even if the person they wanted isn't there. Okay, pro tip time. And honestly, this might be the most important tip of the whole thing. Write it down. Seriously, never ever rely on your memory. I don't care if you grab a sticky note or open a new text file, physically writing the message down is the only way to guarantee you get it 100% right when you pass it on. All right, let's switch gears. Now you're the one making the call and you need to leave a message. The goal? To be clear, concise, and professional. Let's break down how to do that so you actually get a call back. And yeah, structure is just as important on this side of the call. Following these 5 steps basically guarantees that the person on the other end has everything they need to get back to you. It's how you avoid that frustrating game of phone tag we all hate. When you get to this part, clarity is king. State your full name clearly. And when you give your phone number, say it slowly, like you're imagining someone on the other end scrambling for a pen to write it down. And hey, here's a great pro tip. If you have a name that people always mess up, just spell it out for them. This is probably the most important piece of info you're going to give. This right here, this is a perfect example of what we call a call to action. You're not just leaving random info, you're telling them exactly what you need them to do next. Whether it's return my call or send me that report, being super specific is what gets you results. Okay, let's talk about what I think is a real communication superpower, knowing how to ask for clarification. I mean, think about it. Bad connections happen. People talk too fast. Some names are just tricky. This skill is how you make absolutely sure you have the info right. So check out the two columns here. On the left, you've got phrases for when you just flat out didn't hear something. Sorry, could you say that again? Simple. But on the right, you've got phrases for when you need to verify the details you think you heard. Stuff like, let me just repeat that back to you. Both are super polite, professional ways to make sure you're not getting things mixed up. All right, we are on the home stretch now. So you've taken the message, you've even clarified all the details. But listen, the job is not done. Not until that message is successfully passed along to the person it was meant for. Now, before we jump into the main principles, let's talk about this great idiom, to beat around the bush. You've probably heard it before, right? It just means you're kind of talking in circles instead of getting to the point. And that is exactly what we want to avoid when we're relaying a message. So here they are, the 3 golden rules. First, just be direct. Don't beat around the bush. Your coworker is busy. They'll appreciate you getting straight to it. So instead of saying, hey, someone called for you, try, Aizad Amir called at 10, he needs you to call him back. See how much better that is? Second, just use simple, clear language. No need to get fancy. And last but not least, always double-check the important stuff. Names, numbers, you name it. One wrong digit in a phone number and the whole message is basically useless. If you only remember one thing from all of this, let it be this right here. It doesn't matter if you're taking a message, leaving one, or passing one on. Your number one goal is always accuracy and clarity. Everything else we talked about is built right on top of that foundation. So I'll just leave you with this final thought to chew on. In a world where we're all just texting and emailing all day long, do you think that the art of a professional, clear, and polite phone call has actually become more important? A more valuable skill that can really make you stand out? It's something to think about for sure. Thanks so much for joining me.